Coming up in this video, another day on the road turns to night. Rebecca learns how to use a microwave.
Wasn't really too worried till it was
like there.
And it's our final push to the American border. We are Ben and Rebecca. After preparing our truck for a subarctic journey, we are ready to hit the road. Welcome to the fourth of 4 videos as we drive 2,300 miles through below zero temps in Alaska and Canada to take care of business in the lower 48.
Good morning. Surprise, surprise, we're back on the road again. We just finished fueling up, had a very restful night's sleep and warmer temperatures. There's humidity in the air, so you feel like you can breathe properly. It's the little things that matter. Anyway, we're getting back on the road, headed south. We'll see what the day brings.
Greatest idea ever. I love it. From driving big vehicles, that light starts flashing before the light turns yellow. So that way, when you're driving these big vehicles, it's not like, it changed on me and you're slamming on the brakes. Why don't more places adopt that very simple thing? Put a light in 100 yards or so ahead that gives you a little notice that the light up in front of you is changing. The simple pleasures.
We're all about the simple things this morning.
And a warm cup of coffee is mighty simple as well. We've never spent much time here, but Prince George just seems to be like a very clean town. This is also like where the Cassiar Highway will dump you out as well, so we've come through from a different direction, but no, it just seems like a decent place to call home.
In 400 meters, merge onto Caribou Highway, British Columbia 97 South.
Okay, meandered our way through town. Forgot, I should probably give you guys a little update on that injury when I fell off the stairs back at home while we were preparing for this journey. This bruising, it was really bad. It was all purple, but right there, there's like a bone. It hurts still. And it's 10, 14 days later. Beck thinks I broke something or hairline fracture or chipped, but needless to say, it hurts. But on a positive note, the injury on my left butt cheek, we're all good there.
It's okay, I'll cut it. I think it's time to get back to listening to Bryan Cranston. There's something about listening to audiobooks that just really helps pass the time, even better than music does sometimes, because, I don't know, you get tired of the same old music, but you listen to somebody's story, makes the day go by really quick.
And stuffed the stand-in alligator that was stationed in its final resting place in the real sewers of Los Angeles.
All right, we're in Quesnel. I believe that's how it's pronounced, but prime example of it's a big region for logging. A lot of different industry around the world, obviously, but that's kind of fascinating when you're traveling. It's like, oh, yeah, I know it's oil or it's lumber or it's farming, but there's people who do it, and there's real people who are living their lives and providing goods for all of us to exist, because there's no shortage of wood in our camper, and never know, some of that wood might have come from this region.
Turn left onto Caribou Highway, Carson Avenue, signs for Westways now.
Definitely can feel the change happening as we drive further south. You know, we're seeing a lot more in terms of population and industry. There's a lot more infrastructure. The weather's definitely changing. Nature and what you see naturally outside looks different. Definitely starting to get the feel that we are on the downhill side of this journey.
Driver switch and a fuel stop in the town called 100 Mile House. You're clear on my side if you want to go. Okay, well, it's been a good day on the road. Rather pleasant, all things considered. We had some snow flurries, but nothing really stuck. A little windy at one point, but all in all, quite pleasant, and definitely going to call it a shorter day today. We have pushed really hard, and we're still going to log over 300 miles, so we're not going to be slacking by any means, but we need an early day.
Yeah, we're feeling that like driver fatigue or long road trip fatigue.
Road weary.
Road weary. That's it.
And it's not good when people like us get road weary, because that's what we're all about, is traveling on the road. All right.
Hal is depressed in that episode, so he takes a painting class, and he paints himself blue. This blue period.
There's something about this stretch that is very Montana-esque. You have the mountains, and then you have these big grassy valleys and historic buildings. We haven't explored a ton of Montana, but we've seen enough of it and driven this stretch that it just really has a Montana vibe. Don't you think?
Yeah, I've always said that. And I don't know, they're not that far apart distance-wise, so you could see where it would be accurate, but it's not just the way it looks, it's also just the vibe. Like, there's horses, there's old cabins, and there's, you know, big wide open spaces, like you said, where
A lot of cattle ranches.
where they ranch cattle and stuff like that, so it has the same vibe for sure.
Well, once again, day turns into night. We finished our Bryan Cranston audiobook. Kind of amazing how an actor can be so good to play a character like Hal on Malcolm in the Middle, and then go to Walter White on Breaking Bad. Very, very versatile actor. Gonna call it quits soon. Pulling into a friend's place to park for the night. They're out of town, but they're so generous and nice enough to just give us a safe, free place to park. We are going to take them up on the offer and still remain socially distant per the kind of coronavirus times. But yeah, long day still. Seriously, why do people have to ride your ass when you're on a tight, windy road with no passing lanes? We are very Oh, yeah. How are you holding up?
I'm getting tired. 350 miles doesn't sound so bad after 680 miles in a day, but really, like, 350 is still a lot. And when you tack it on to the end of 2 days of 680 or 550, it really is like a long ass day. Good morning from Hope, British Columbia. We had a very restful night's sleep and feeling a lot better. We are going to have some breakfast before we leave. And if you hear some racket in the background, we've got the engine running because it was pretty cloudy yesterday and we needed to charge up the batteries with the alternator. We're making the egg McMuffins that Ben mentioned my mom makes whenever we travel together. So I'm getting ready to start the eggs. So you just want to oil whatever you're going to cook them in. Something that fits really well in the size of an egg McMuffin.
And since our diesel stove was running all night for heat, we chose just to get the muffins heating up and that cheese melting on a skillet. Easy peasy.
The most important thing about cooking an egg that you're not going to like scramble in the microwave is to break the yolk. So like 4 or 5 times I just stick my fork through the yolk. Otherwise, this thing will explode on you in there.
You know, this is supposed to be easier than making them on the stovetop.
Well, the first time you do it in a new microwave, you have to be careful. I don't know how long to cook it, and I wasn't really too worried till it exploded like
there?
that.
Wow. I remember my first time making an Egg McMuffin.
If you don't want me to cuss on camera, you better be nice to me. There we go. This is what it's supposed to look like. Ta-da! The perfect Egg McMuffin.
Third time's the charm. Embarrassing or not, these do taste good. Well, for the last time in this video, I'm going to say we're back on the road. This area of Hope is beautiful. It has the rainforest vibe that we get from our hometown of Seward. Just the conifer trees are a little different, and there's more ferns than we have, but it is absolutely gorgeous. This is the final push. We're heading towards Abbotsford or the Sumas, United States port of entry. We're going to have to check out of Canada before they even let us into the United States. But they said if we don't check out and our time allotted expires, they're going to send the Mounties after us, and we don't need that.
In 500 meters, use the left lane to keep left at the fork and follow signs for British Columbia 11 South, USA border.
I think we're about to find out if this Canada building that we have to stop at and check out of the country is as easy to find as they promised us it would be in Beaver Creek. Quite the line at the Costco. I don't know if it's because they just opened or if it's the restrictions for COVID, but it's clear to the back of the parking lot.
Well, there's the Canadian building. Recreational vehicles.
Drivers with export documents for Canada stop and report. So
In 200 meters,
there's
use
Canada.
the right lane to turn
I bet
slightly
we have to
left
go
onto
in
Douglas
that
Street,
building.
Sumas Way.
Or that driveway.
Alright.
Okay, that's
This looks
not too bad.
Alright. I think we can manage this.
Yeah. We'll be right back. You still have my passports, right?
Yeah.
He kept that work letter, so we only have this one left now.
Really?
Yeah,
Glad we made a copy.
I know.
Sorry, I thought you were waving me up.
I'm not waiting until you stop.
You want me to turn off the engine?
Sure.
Hi.
All right, you got your passports?
Yes.
All right. I can get you to lower the mask and take off the glasses. All right, where do you both live?
Seward, Alaska?
All right, and were you trying to go up to Alaska?
No. Actually, we just traversed Canada in 3.5 days.
All right, it looked like they were turning you around, but you guys should stop there.
Yeah, no, they wanted to make sure we left the country, so they didn't give us our passports until we actually got to your point where I couldn't even turn around anymore.
Oh, okay. So when did you leave Alaska?
3.5 days ago.
It was Thursday, I think.
Where are you guys headed to now?
We're heading to Southern California to work, earn a living. Our
Okay.
Airbnb was a flop in Alaska this summer for obvious reasons.
Yeah, probably not a lot of tourism right now.
Oh man, it was horrible. And we kind of try to live off of that.
Okay. Okay, so you got things set up to live in pretty much?
Oh yeah, we survived a -20.
Whew. That does not sound fun.
It was not.
All right, so what do you guys have with you in the vehicle today?
There's a smidge of alcohol,
All right.
no tobacco, no cannabis, pocket knife,
No firearms.
no firearms.
Weapons of any kind besides pocket knife?
No.
All right,
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a bear spray.
that's fine. Any narcotics of any kind,
No.
prescription, and anything acquired while you were passing through Canada?
No.
Do any shopping? Any
No.
pickups?
One
Yes.
Tim Hortons drive-through.
That's a necessity.
Obligatory stop, I guess.
Yeah. And any fresh fruits, vegetables, anything of that nature?
Yes, but they were all purchased in Alaska.
All right, what kinds? Any like oranges, apples, peppers?
There's apples.
But they're from Alaska.
It's-
We tried to like
Make
make it so
never
we
had to
didn't
stop.
have to stop in their country because they.
Yeah. So, come from Alaska, it's kind of a gray area, but there's certain fruits, vegetables that aren't allowed to enter the U.S. regardless of where they come from.
Would you like me to grab them?
Are they buried in the back there?
Not horrible. It'd
Well-
take a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll have you park and someone will go through the stuff really quick and get you guys on your way.
Mighty slow at the border crossings.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of interesting how people can fly, but they can't drive.
Yeah, if the rules made any sense, though, I guess they just want to make our job as fun.
We were just talking about that, looking at California's restrictions. Like, none of it really makes any sense, but okay.
Yeah, good luck down there. Alright, so you take that. Go ahead and park like on the third lane there.
Okay.
Probably have most room to turn out there. Then head inside with that. Your documents will meet you inside. They'll help you out and get you on your way.
Do you want me to get my fruit out now or
No,
wait
just
for
head
their...
inside and they'll ask you what you have. They'll go over everything.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
And you'll give us our passports back inside?
They'll be inside
Is that
waiting
okay?
for you.
Cool.
Wait.
Goodness, across all these different borders is the most exposure we've had.
No joke.
Okay, we did have a problem at the border. They took away our citrus and tomatoes, even though they were bought in the United States. And it's kind of an interesting scenario because Canada did not want us going into the grocery stores. So we stocked up in the United States, but then we can't bring them back in. But it is what it is. And if that's the worst thing that they took from us, we're doing all right.
Welcome to Sumas, Washington. I gotta tell you, it is like dead here. Usually this place is hopping, and it's just totally quiet, dead. Obviously a border town that relies on people coming in and out of the borders, and there is nobody. There were 3 people that came through in like the half an hour that we sat there, including us.
Okay, I think it's safe for us to unlock the hubs now. We're closing this video out. Thank you so very much to Canada for letting us traverse your country. We tried to be as uber respectful as we could. And thank you again because it will allow us to earn a living. And after our Airbnb was a complete flop because of Alaska having a non-existent tourist season this past summer, it is really going to help for us to be down here so we can pay our bills. We hope all of you are very well throughout this whole COVID interesting situation. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks for joining us and riding along.
We'll see you on the road.
Coming up in the next video, who the heck knows? Those chapters of our life have not been written yet when I edited this video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and join the Outliers YouTube community for early video releases, exclusive content, live chats, and so much more.